And she was running around getting candy bars and little things for her mother and family. The reason I mention her, because we know her as Sophia Loren.
Oh, my God.
She was in that town, in the staging area for the invasion of Anzio. And Anzio was brutal. As a matter of fact, our initial commander, General Lucas, was relieved of command because he was too cautious. He was afraid to take the risk of breaking out. And as a result, I mean, there was brutal casualties on the part of the Americans.
But where is Anzio in relation?
Anzio is north of Salerno and south of Rome. So here's Salerno in Italy, a map of Italy, on what they call the west coast of Italy, and then north of that is Anzio.
But I'm talking, say, let's see, how I got to do this. Say this was Italy.
Right.
North, south. Where's Anzio?
Okay.
Oh,
Salerno is here, Anzio would be here, and Rome would be more in the center, in the middle.
so it's all southern.
Yeah.
All southern Italy. Now I got a question for you.
Sure.
You know what it is. Why didn't the Allies pull what MacArthur did at Incheon, go behind the lines and cut them off?
Because it would not have cut I don't think a northern coast invasion would have cut them off, and they probably felt that the landing area for an amphibious assault was best in the south, with the beaches and the sand and the lower tides, and they had not only an amphibious invasion, but they also had a parachute invasion, the parachute drop. And it was the biggest example of friendly fire deaths in World War II. Over 400 American paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne were killed by friendly fire in that attempt to land our paratroopers in. General James Gavin, who was one of the commanders of the Parachute Infantry Regiment, was very heroic and very, very good commander. The reason I mentioned him, because like me, he was a Brooklyn boy, and like you, he's a Brooklyn boy. Born and raised in Brooklyn.
How could they make such a mistake, killing 400?
There was so much Patton called war an orgy of chaos. And the gunners on the ships in the land, on the ocean, thought it was a German paratrooper invasion to reinforce the German troops. And they had no idea that they were Americans. There was a lack of communications, a lack of coordination, and guys on the beaches were firing at these things thinking they were German paratroopers coming down. And it was an awful, savage...
That would result in somebody or some bodies being court-martialed and...
Well, again, you have a lot of our commanders who were relieved of command because of both in North Africa, you've got General Friedenhall, General Orlando Ward. In Italy, you've got General Lucas, who is relieved of command because they just were not good commanders. They were not up to the job. And that's one of the things that Eisenhower had to do, weed out what he considered to be the incompetence. And that was a job that he had to do, and he did it.
In Vietnam, there were what they call a lot of fragging. Do you know what?
Killing your own officer.
There were hundreds of fraggings. It's where the enlisted men or NCOs killed their commanding officer. Did things go like?
I'm sure it did. I mean, I'm sure it did. I mean, there must have been instances where the men who had no confidence in the leadership of their lieutenants and captains and majors did do something like that when the opportunity arose.
I tell this story on occasion. During my tour, I was transferred over from Bravo Company to Delta Company. I was already there for about 9 months, I think. And I go over to Delta Company. They were on the perimeter, Quank Creek Fire Base. And I run into some of the enlisted Marines. And they know me, because I've been in the battalion for a while. And we start talking, and they straight out tell me they're going to kill the commanding officer. They called him Mad Dog. We're going to kill Mad Dog, giving you a heads up. They were serious. And later on, another lieutenant that joined Delta Company told me the same thing happened to him. When he joined the company, they said, you know, we're going to kill him. We're taking up a pot, money. And he didn't get killed.
Yeah.
I actually saved his life, I think. All right, we're going to have to continue this. One last question. How long did the Italian campaign last?
Well, the Italian campaign lasted basically to the end of the war. Rome, the big thing was after Angelo, they broke out, and then the Monte Cassino was another major
We're
roadblock.
going to have to pick this up.
Once they got past Monte Cassino, Rome was liberated on June 5th of 1944, the day before D-Day, which was June 6th of 1944. So Italy became part of the backwater, secondary, but the war continued.
I saw a